Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have a full face of first impressions, as you can tell from the title, from the brand SHOPMISSA, and they stock a variety of makeup products on their website which look unreal, and I have tried out basically a full face of their makeup and this is what we've come up with. So if you'd like to see my kind of first impressions, reviews, thoughts, opinions, feelings, that kind of thing on the products, then please carry on watching. I actually discovered this brand via TikTok. Someone posted like a haul video of like dollar makeup and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, I need to check out their page. And yeah, and then I got in contact with them and they kindly sent me out some bits to try. All opinions are my own as per usual, keep it real, you know how it is. But if you would like to see how I created this look and my full kind of impressions on some super cheap cruelty free makeup, then please carry on watching. Hi. So to start, we have a brow product, which by the way is teeny tiny. This is the Wonder Brow Tinted Brow Pomade AQA Studio. Most of the products are from their brand AQA Studio, and this is in the shade medium brown. This is what it looks like. Looks a little bit cracked, but we'll give it a go. I haven't used a brow pomade in a really long time actually, so I'm kind of excited because I am more of an eyebrow pencil kind of gal nowadays. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off by brushing my brow hairs. I need a mirror to see what I am doing. Brushing them through, and then I'm going to take an angle brush. This one is from Morphe, and we're going to try out the brow pomade. I imagine the brows will look quite intense, but I like an intense brow, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Okay, so I'm just going into the brow pomade, and then I'm just going to start by filling in the brows. That is a good colour for my brows. I'm very happy about that. So far, so good. Don't really know what's happening with that eyebrow, but we're gonna go with it. Yeah, really liking this brow pomade actually. It's weird, when you go across the actual product, it doesn't look like you're picking up anything, but I like it. That's definitely my better brow. This one just kind of like slopes weirdly. Do you know what I mean? I know what I mean. Now we've got a concealer to try. I don't have an eyeshadow primer, but we do have a concealer. This is the liquid concealer in the shade Fair Ivory. This is from the Paw kind of range, and part of the sale goes to charity, which is really cool. If I remember rightly, I think you could pick like where it goes to. I chose animals if I remember rightly, or it does go to an animal charity. I can't remember. I will have all the description filled in with all the information below. I know that sentence was like backwards, but I'm sure you got what I meant. So I'm going to take this concealer and use it to carve out the brows and also prime the lid. Most of the shades that kind of look like they'd be my shade was sold out online, so I've kind of completely guessed this. I have no idea if this can turn out any good, but we'll give it a go. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that onto the lid. Definitely way too much. Then I'm going to take a P. Louise brush just to blend out the concealer and carve out the brows. Okay, coverage. Are we seeing that? That is intense concealer. Very impressed. Okay, I'm going to blend that in the inner corner where I've got a bit of blue, and then under the eyes as well. I am really impressed with that concealer. I actually can't get over the coverage of this. That's insane. So good. I'm a little shook. I know, like, you know, that's an expression that makes me super down with the kids, but like, I am shook. Wow. Is that not like a really intense concealer or what? I'm just gonna keep blending that out because, oh my god, that is intense in a good way. Yeah, that concealer, liquid concealer, Fair Ivory, damn. I can't remember how good their shade range is, but they need to increase it because that is an amazing concealer. Okay, I'm gonna keep blending this out and then we'll come back to figure out what we're doing with the eyes. Okay, so I have blended out the concealer, and I'm doing this because I didn't realize of how like full coverage it would be. It's like blended onto my temples. I'm kind of wearing a mask of concealer right now, but I'm into it, not gonna lie. And it's got that kind of like tacky feeling in a good way, so I don't think that I actually need to set it. So we're not gonna set it, we're just gonna go straight onto the shadow, which I am very excited about. For eyeshadow, we have the Immersed palette, which looks like this. I will do a phone close-up for you now. You have some really beautiful shades in there. There was quite a few variations on palettes, actually. This is the biggest palette you can get. I believe, off the top of my head, it was like maybe $8. So that works out about like £6.50, I want to say, in English money, depending on the currency rate. But this is what the palette looks like. Let's get rid of the plastic topper. So I picked this one because you have a variety of colours. You've got your warms, like some blues, some shimmers, and I just thought I'd have a lot of fun with this palette. I'm actually going to use a pigment. So I'm going to use more of the matte shades in this palette, and then maybe we'll chuck a shimmer like in the inner corner. Let's just see, shall we? I'm very excited because that concealer is off to a running start. So yeah, goodness, love that, love that, love that. So I'm going to start with a LOELLA Cosmetics Blend Me Beautiful Betty LO7 brush, which is quite a dense blending brush. And I am going to go into, so this palette doesn't have shade names. Sometimes I mind that, sometimes I don't, depending on the palette. But with this one, I don't really mind too much. I can just kind of show you what I'm using. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which by the looks of things is the darkest matte in the palette. It's like a kind of burnt red, orange, reddy brown colour, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But I'm going to take this right here and then just kind of like pack that into the outer corner and then kind of through the crease. I'm not going to bring it all the way in though. We're going to go for like an old school smoky copper eye look. The only thing I will say obviously is, because this obviously is a very affordable brand, the top of the palette right here is a very thin plastic. So if you are traveling with this, I would just be very careful with that because it could easily get dented. But it does come with like, it's got cut off there. It does come with like a plastic insert for the middle as well. So I'm going to go straight. So I'm going to go into that darkest shade. I'm tapping and it's a little bit of fallout, but nothing too concerning. Just going to make sure there's no like massive like creasing on the lid from the concealer. Oh my god, yes. Start blending that, smooth out the colour. That's pretty. Actually going on top of the concealer really nicely. Okay, I'm actually going to take that on the lower lash line as well. I'm going to take this orangey shade right next to it and then just use that to blend it out. I'm taking a Primark 220 blending brush. I feel like that shade isn't as intense as the deeper one. But it's not bad, do you know what I mean? Like, you can get something out of it. It's just not like, oh my god, pigment. It's like, blend. To be honest, I probably could leave it like that, but I'm going to take the kind of mustardy shade, which is just across right here, and then use that to blend out the orange more. I'm taking it on a LA Girl 202 blending brush. Okay, now we've got a product which I was quite intrigued about. I have actually swatched it already, so I have two shades. I'm going to be taking the kind of orangey one. We do have a pink one as well. These are cream shadows. In my head, I kind of pictured them to be similar to the P. Louise ones. Obviously, P. Louise's formula is very unique, so they're not like that at all. They're actually shimmery, which I was very excited about. So I'm going to take this and pop it all across the kind of moving part of the lid. I'm not necessarily going to do a cut crease because I want this to be more of like a smokier date night kind of inspired look. My camera keeps cutting me off today. Rude. Okay, so I'm going to take this as the Prism Cream Eyeshadow in the shade... I don't know what the shade is called. It doesn't seem to have a shade name on it. However, it is just the orange one. So I'm going to take that on a brush like this. This is a fake MAC brush that I've had in my collection since I was like 14. I don't even know where I got it from. So this brush does not exist. But I'm just going to take a synthetic brush and just kind of pop that across like the moving part of the lid as a base. I can't really work out how much you need. I've kind of got like a dollop of it on my brush. Let's give that a go. I think I put too much on. Okay, that will do. That is actually really bright on the eyes, isn't it? It does set down though. Now we actually have a pigment. Now this really excited me when I looked on the website. The one I have is called Wand, which looks like this, which if you are like an OG makeup fan or used to buy like pigments and things, it really reminds me of MAC Copper Sparkle, which we have right here side by side. To be honest, it's really hard to explain the difference. There is a difference. The loose pigment from AQA SHOPMISSA, that kind of looks a little bit more shimmery than the Copper Sparkle does. I don't know, but it really reminded me of it, like really reminded me of it, and I'm very excited to use it. I used to wear MAC Copper Sparkle like every single night out back in the day, so I'm very excited to try this. I'm literally just going to pack that right on top of the cream shadow. Okay, you open it, there's no like stopper or anything, which I'm actually weirdly a fan of because it means that you are less likely to get it everywhere because of like lifting up the stopper and everything. So I'm going to take this and then just press it on top of the cream shadow. I'm not going to wet my brush, I just want to see how it performs. If not, this looks beautiful. Just dipping my brush into it, tapping off the excess a little bit. Why am I nervous? Okay, here we go. I definitely put too much cream base on this side, but wow, that's pretty. Really like pushing it into that cream shadow. That's so pretty. They had some other shades available on this site, but this is the one I went for because it reminded me so much of MAC Copper Sparkle. This one is more metallic, I think, and then this one is like more orangey, but it does look very similar, doesn't it, to the MAC one? And this brand is cruelty free, so of course we prefer it. Okay, I'm just dipping back into that reddish shade, and I'm just going to very carefully buff out the edges. It won't be blended per se, but it just kind of smooth out any lumps and bumps. I am so obsessed. Okay, we have a liner to try. This is the AMUSE Cosmetics 2-in-1 pencil liquid liner, similar to the Huda Beauty, I think it's Life Liner, where you have pencil one side and liquid on the other. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on a wing using the liquid side. Okay, it's like a firm kind of brush tip. It's not my best wing that I've ever personally done, but that is a really good liquid liner. It is intense, it's black, it's doing its job. We have just done the liner, probably not my best wings of life, but really like the liner, definitely something I'll reach for. Now I'm going to take the pencil side and pop that in the waterline. Okay, that is not the blackest liner that I have tried, I will say, but the liquid is good. I'm just going to curl my lashes. I don't have SHOPMISSA lash curlers, and I don't have a brow gel or bronzer. Everything else is SHOPMISSA. I do need new eyelash curlers though, mine are getting a bit worse for wear. The hinge is kind of bent. Now we have a mascara to try, which I'm actually quite excited to try. This is a skinny under lash mascara. I don't have one for like the upper lashes, but we're going to be putting on falsies anyway. But I've always wanted to get like a smaller mascara for the lower lashes. So I'm going to pop it on my upper lashes first, and then later in the video we will use it on the lower lashes. I couldn't get my words out then. Yeah, it's not really doing much for the upper lashes, but I kind of guessed that with the style of wand. Now I'm going to pop on some lashes. We have the AQA Studio Premium Lashes 3D Foam Mink in the style Eva, which is super spiky, long, dramatic lashes. I'm going to go ahead, pop these on off camera and be right back. I also have a lash glue to try, which I'm excited. This is the Super Strip Lash Adhesive, so I'm going to go ahead and try this out and I'll be right back. So eyes are done, lashes are amazing. They are ones that I will reach for again. They're definitely my type of lash, just like super long and like spiky, bigger at the outer corner. You know how it is. I'm literally so happy right now, I actually can't believe it. Loving all of the eye products. Now let's try the face. So I'm going to start off by taking the primer spray. I love a good primer spray, so I'm excited to try this. Hopefully it feels nice on the skin. Always spray away first. Okay, there we go. Oh, bit of a weird spray, but it feels alright. Then for actual primer, I've got the WONDERSKIN Illuminating Primer. Okay, I'm going to take a little dollop. Oh, that's definitely given a shine. like that. Has a nice little tap to it as well, which I like in a primer. Foundation is next, and I'm not gonna lie, this one I'm a little bit nervous to try because out of all the foundations I did on the website, every single other foundation that kind of had a shade that I thought would be okay for me was out of stock. This was the only one that had a shade that I felt like I could work with. This is the shade Sand. It is the Buildable Satin Foundation, which looks like this. You're supposed to shake it and then apply it. I'm going to be applying it using a damp beauty sponge. This is the Spicy Choco Tear Blend sponge. I need to like wash this properly, but okay, let's give this a go. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the sponge directly and then just press it all into the skin. Okay, it's definitely like a lighter coverage, but I'm just gonna keep going till I feel like I've got enough on. I am back. I have blended to my heart's content. It's definitely not my shade of foundation. If I had a little bit of tan on maybe. But finish wise, the foundation isn't bad. It's not like sitting on top of the skin or anything like funky like that. It is a very sheer coverage foundation. I would say like light coverage. I wouldn't call it medium or necessarily like buildable, but it does look nice on the skin. It hasn't gone cakey or anything like that, which was kind of my fear. So yeah, quite enjoyed using that foundation. I think it's kind of like a good foundation if you're going maybe like on holiday or something like that. Next up, we've got a stick contour to try, which I'm excited about. I haven't actually got any new like cream contour products in a while, so I'm excited about this. This is in the shade Latte. It's their SCULPTEX contour stick by the brand AQA Studio, and I'm just going to go under my usual places. So under my cheekbones, around my forehead, down the nose, under the chin, the usual, and just contour that all in. This literally smells like a crayon, just to bear that in mind. Very easy to use. It's very small. I feel like it should have made a bigger one. Okay, then I'm going to blend it out using this angled brush. That's a nice shade. Then I'm going to take the same concealer and just use it to conceal. So on my chin, a little bit on my nose, under the eyes. I'm going to apply a little bit of this because it went a really long way. And then I'm going to blend it out with the same sponge. I am still obsessed with that concealer. I think it has the most beautiful finish. And yeah, my face looks really nice actually, like nice coverage. I feel like I just might wear this on like a better skin day. My skin's been doing alright recently, but I've got this like little thing that was a blackhead that's kind of coming into a spot, which could be a good thing because it's coming out the surface, but it's just an annoying place, you know. But yeah, really happy with that so far. Now I'm going to set the face. I'm taking the AQA Studio AOA. This whole, is it a Q? Oh my god, this whole time I think it's AOA. I've been saying AQA. Studio Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder in the shade Beige. And I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just press this into the skin. Oh, I love a good pressed powder. We do also have a loose powder to try, which is the Perfect Setting Powder, which is brightening. I probably should have used this before. I'm going to save this for another video. So we don't have a bronzer to try, but I'm just going to skip the bronzer and go in with blush. Ooh, the plastic thing fell off. This is the LUMI Radiant Blush in the shade Frantic Pink, which looks like this. It's like a marbled kind of effect, has a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the cheeks. Ooh, okay. That's shimmering, just bear that in mind. I'm just going to press that onto the cheeks. I'm not going to go in with any extra product because that is shimmery. Did not expect it to be that shimmery, so I'm going to take my powder brush, just kind of press over it a little bit. It's not going to really do much, but there we go. Then I'm going to set the face. I'm just taking the setting spray, that's literally just what it's called, and spray this all over the face. I do like that setting spray, I just don't know if it's something that I'd reach for on a daily basis. Next up is something I'm very excited for. I'm taking the POWLIGHTER in the shade Nebula, which is a loose highlighter, and I'm so excited. Okay, we've got some into the cap. Yes. Be even more intense if you like wet the brush. I would do that, but we've already got the shimmery blush going on. Wow. That is 100% a winner for me, and you barely need like any product at all. So this kind of small size loose highlighter will last you for ages. Then I'm just going to pop some brow gel through the brows. This is not SHOPMISSA, this is just the Anastasia one. And then we get to try out the Skinny Mascara on the lower lashes. It's definitely made them big. I've just remembered that I wanted to pop a shimmer in the inner corner from the palette. So I am going to come back to this palette and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is a shimmery champagne colour. This one looks more shimmery, but it looks a bit too dark for an inner corner highlight. I don't know, I just feel like it would be a bit too much. So I'm going to go in with this one right here. And I'm just taking out a little brush from Morphe, just kind of like a very tiny flat shade. Ooh. Magnified, very tiny flat shade of brush, and I'm just tapping that in a corner. Yes. Oh my god, I love this makeup. We don't have a lip liner to try, so I'm going to take the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. Oh, that sound. Oh. Then for lips, which is the final product, this is the AOA Studio Wonder Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fleek, which looks like this. It's like a very neutral nude tone. I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. It's a little bit too cool toned for me, but not my least favourite. This is the finished look and I have some thoughts. First of all, I'm feeling my old self with a copper smoky eye. The lips, definitely not my cup of tea. They feel like a good liquid lipstick though, like the formula's nice. It's just not usually a shade that I'd opt for because it's quite cool toned, quite kind of like grey tinged almost. I like more of like a brownie or like a peachy kind of nude. I just want to jump on and talk about my favourite products that I tried first. PIGMENT, unreal. This pigment is amazing and they are so cheap. I think they're like 88 cents or something. Like so cheap, so cheap. Considering like matte copper sparkle pigment is not cruelty free officially and it costs like £20 or something, I would go for this one personally. What else? The brow pomade, love that. Love the way my brows look. The concealer, I would say, is probably my favourite product out of this whole, like, you know, look that I tried out. This is the one product I tried and I was like, damn, like that's amazing. The loose highlighter was also beautiful. So the loose highlighter, the concealer, the brow pomade, the pigment, pressed powder, the lashes, which I've obviously got on. They were my favourite products that I've tried like from this whole look. They performed absolutely beautifully and I just can't get over the price, and then like the extra money going to charity, it's just amazing. Also, Skinny Mascara was good as well. I don't think it's necessary, but like if you want that extra long bottom lashes, Kim K style, this is definitely worth checking out. The cream shadows are fun. I think the key to these is to not apply too much, like a too heavy layer. This eye looks a lot smoother than this one because this eye I applied a lot more product, but still obsessed. The eyeshadow palette was lovely and I definitely think if you're from the States and you can get kind of the cheaper shipping and not have to worry about customs fees, I would check out the shadow palettes as something like a first kind of palette into your collection. But if you're from like the UK or like internationally from the States, I would recommend trying out a different palette just for first one because you can get a lot of eyeshadow palettes nowadays that are affordable and don't obviously have to pay customs fees. So that's the only thing I would say. The eyeshadow palette is good, just I don't think it's worth paying the customs fees for. So if you are going to purchase some stuff from SHOPMISSA, I would recommend getting a bunch of stuff all together, maybe even doing a first like full face. The foundation is actually really nice, and the more I look at my skin, the more I realise like how much it's kind of like blended into my skin and it's given a really nice finish. I just think I needed to pick a different shade because it's a little bit too yellow. Also, I just wanted to touch on the lash glue that held on my lashes really well, and it's definitely better than like the EYELASH one, which I don't really tend to draw towards much. So now I have a clear white lash glue. So yeah, loving that because I tend to use a Revlon black eyelash glue. So loving that. I can't get over how good the lashes are as well. Like, So yeah, I'm really impressed. I would definitely recommend checking out their website. They have some amazing things on there. They have skincare and accessories as well. It's really fun, and I actually discovered it on TikTok. I did say at the beginning of the video as well, but TikTok has like opened my eyes to so many like new brands and like things on the internet. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world. What else can I say? Make sure you go ahead and follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. You are safe and sound, and I shall see you next time. Bye!